Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Louise and I talk about how to engage with fashion in more conscious and sustainable ways. Today's video is inspired by this reel that I saw on Instagram. It was posted by Vestiaire Collective, and for those of you not familiar with Vestiaire Collective, it's basically like an online platform for you to sell and buy vintage fashion. More specifically, it's luxury items and designer brands. So in this reel, they highlight the difference in cost between a outfit using fast fashion and pre-loved luxury items. So at first, when you hear the word luxury, you might think that for sure the luxury outfit will be more expensive. And it's true, like if you do buy a brand new outfit, it will be, but in this case, they're advocating that buying pre-loved items will bring the cost per wear down so low that in the long run, it will be cheaper. But let me just explain a little bit quickly what cost per wear means. So basically, cost per wear is a way to calculate how much you really spend on your clothes. So let's do an example. If you buy a t-shirt for 10 euros and you wear it twice, then you will have spent 5 euros per wear. But if you buy a quality shirt for say 100 euros and you wear it 50 times, then you will only have spent 2 euros per wear. This Earth Day, which was Monday the 22nd of April, Vestiaire Collective released their 2024 circularity report called Exposing the True Cost of Fast Fashion. In the report, Vestiaire Collective dive into the topic of cost per wear. The results prove that fast fashion items are worn less on average, they are kept for less time, and they also have a lower resale value. At the moment, you can only access the report for free, of course, but you need to access the report through their app. But I will link their Instagram page down below, and they have it linked in their bio for you to read. So what defines fast fashion? I want to start by defining the term fast fashion because I know it can be a bit confusing. Fast fashion refers to the rapid production and retail of cheap clothing. As I've talked about previously, fast fashion is ruled by the trends that we would see on the runways. They are designed to appeal to the masses, be quickly produced and sold. In contrast to designer brands, which usually release a few seasonal collections each year, fast fashion brands release way more collections. So as an example, Zara, they do 52 collections each year, meaning that they have new styles coming out every single week. This past weekend, I watched an HBO documentary called Brandy Helville and the Cult of Fast Fashion. It didn't just tell the tale of the very, very strange brand, Brandy Melville, but it also highlighted the ramifications of fast fashion. In the documentary, they talk about the fact that the United States and European countries basically have forced deals with countries in Africa to receive huge shipments with unwanted clothes. When some countries have protested against this arrangement, they have been punished. Kantamanto Market in Ghana receives 15 million garments each week. Ghana has 32 million inhabitants, so this means that almost everyone in the country would need to buy at least one new outfit each week for them to consume the clothes that we ship from the West. We're often led to believe that recycling your old clothes is a good thing, But in most cases, the items that we donate and the items which are shipped there are fast fashion clothes with very poor quality and a very low resale value. And this means that most of the clothes that end up in countries like Ghana, they're not good enough quality to wear, let alone sell. Kantamanto Market is the largest secondhand market in the world, and the quality of the items that they receive each week just keeps getting worse and worse. And this further leads to the problem of landfills. So, as explained by Alyssa Hardy, she's an author and former fashion editor at Teen Vogue, there are just not enough systems in place in order to properly recycle or donate our clothes. If you're curious to learn more about this, then you should definitely watch the documentary, which is available on HBO. Here are a few statistics that I gathered from the Earth Day organization. The fast fashion industry produces 100 billion garments a year, and 87%, which is 40 million tons, end up in landfills. Only 1% of all discarded clothing is actually recycled. The average person today buys 60% more items of clothing than they did 15 years ago, but keep them for only half as long. The average garment may be worn as few as 10 times before disposal. If you can afford to, investing in higher quality clothes is always a better option. But I will say, just because like a certain item of clothing has a certain label doesn't guarantee that it's high quality. In reviews and forums online, you can also see a lot of people arguing that the quality of vintage luxury items is actually much better than the quality of items which is produced today. So my advice is that if you're looking to spend a little bit more on clothes and you're keen to take care of the environment and make better choices, then look at the materials and look at the production chain instead of the label. There are a lot of affordable and sustainable options out there, and I'm gonna make a little video about my favorite sustainable clothing brands very soon. So luxury items are destroyed if they're not sold. This is a well-known and controversial topic because it's clear that the industry deems it more important to maintain exclusivity and brand value rather than taking care of the environment and recycling or repurposing those items. So designer brands, you'll often see they're going to use like outlet stores and off-price retail channels to get rid of unwanted stock. So basically, like, the worst fear for a designer brand is to lose exclusivity and damage the label. So they have a lot of methods in place in order to not do this. I'll never forget when I found out about Burberry burning their clothes. They literally burn their clothes. I will link this BBC article. It's crazy and wild for you to read. So what can we learn from this? Well, unless you donate your clothes to like a family member or a friend, then it's very hard to ensure that your unwanted clothes actually come to use or are loved by someone else. So before you donate, please consider how and why you're doing it. You may want to ask yourself, why do you want to get rid of it? Is it something that you recently bought? How many times have you worn it since you bought it? It also helps to take a little bit of a step back and consider your buying behaviors. So ask yourself questions like, why did you buy this item in the first place? Was it an impulse buy? Did it serve a certain event or activity in your life? If you want some more questions to ask yourself before cleaning out your closet, I actually did a video on this called When to Not Clean Out Your Closet. Or if you would like to tackle the problem at an earlier stage and you need some help to figure out your own shopping habits, then you can download my ebook. It's called How to Develop Your Style, and it dives into this topic a little bit more. You can download the ebook on my website, louisewears.com. So I know all of this can seem daunting and scary and sad and hopeless, but I feel like we can still make a change. And the first step that you can do is to start by educating yourself on how to engage with fashion more sustainably and try to make any changes that you can to your shopping habits. I am still learning things every single day. I'm not perfect, but I am trying my best and I am sharing my insights as much as I can. My hope is that I can build a little bit of a community where we can learn from each other and share our experiences with one another and hopefully inspire more people to do the same. If you want to learn more, then you should also have a look at these important campaigns which advocate for change. So Earth Day isn't just like a random day that happens once a year, it's every day. Earth Day organization has a number of active campaigns, including Fashion for the Earth. So start by looking at their website for more information on this campaign. They also have a petition that you can sign with your name and email address. I also want to say that Earth Day has a great YouTube channel. I recently watched their video campaign from this year called Earth Day 2024 Planet vs. Plastics. So you should definitely give that video a watch too. The Fashion Act is a proposed legislative bill designed to hold the American fashion industry accountable. Most major industries are highly regulated, but the fashion industry is almost entirely unregulated. The Fashion Sustainability and Social Accountability Act is a groundbreaking piece of legislation that holds companies accountable and levels the playing field for those already trying to do the right thing. If passed, it will establish New York as the global leader in thoughtful accountability for the fashion industry. I just read that entire quote from their website, but you should definitely visit their website and read a little bit about what it is that they are doing. You can also show your support by entering your name and your email address. You can also share the campaign on social media using assets that are available on their website. And if you live in the United States, there are a number of ways that you can help. On May 7th, there is a lobby day in Albany, and you can sign up to join the bus ride from New York. So I'm not sure if any of you live in New York, but if you do, then it might be worth checking that out. So that's it for today's video. I know that this topic was a little bit heavier than my previous videos, but I hope that you still enjoyed this content and that maybe you learned something new. I know that I did just by reading and watching the documentary that I mentioned earlier in the video. If you want more videos like this, let me know, or if you have any other ideas on what I should talk about, then write me a comment. I will respond to everyone. You can follow me on Instagram at louisewears or visit my website louisewears.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next Sunday. Bye!